SABC News presentation.
Good morning and a warm welcome to our Monday edition of A View from the House. My name is Lukhanyo Chalata. It's a quiet day in Parliament. The National Assembly is not sitting. MPs are in their constituencies, hopefully taking care of matters affecting their communities. But it's a hectic week, though, for the National Council of Provinces. Now, the NCOP has taken Parliament to the people of Daar in the Northern Cape. And in our program today, we will focus on issues affecting communities in the Northern Cape. And since the National Assembly is not sitting today, we will later in our program recap on last week's member statements in the National Assembly. The National Council of Provinces has taken Parliament to the people of the Northern Cape. It's a 5-day sitting in Daar, a poverty-stricken rural town. Now, at present, 80% of the people in Daar are unemployed. To get an idea of living conditions in the Northern Cape, Margaret Motibi and cameraman Neseme Maseme compiled this report for A View from the House.
Daar, a shadow of its old self. This town, which lies on the south of Kimberley, was once a major railway junction and a commercial distribution center. But all that is in the past. Joblessness and alcohol abuse are now rife. These residents complain about the lack of services and opportunities.
I'm unhappy with the kind of lives we live here in Daar. Some of us are trying to raise kids and are therefore forced to illegally sell alcohol and the police arrest us, but we can't find jobs.
Our houses are falling. People that come to Daar from other places are the first to get these RDP houses, which we can't get. They do not give us anything.
Falling walls, worn-out ceiling and a leaking roof. This house is home to this grandmother of 5. A heavy storm in October swept away the bedroom walls of the house. After 25 years of staying in Malay camp, this mother of 2 fears her house will one day collapse on her and kill her family. Like her neighbors, their calls for help have fallen on deaf ears. And she is not eligible for an RDP house.
My house is in a terrible state. I've been reporting my situation for too long. The walls of my house fell last month after the floods, but I'm told the municipality cannot help me because this is private property.
There is very little activity in the town. Many spend their time drinking, a habit that has created a surge in fast prevalence. The Foundation for Alcohol-Related Research is trying to curb the prevalence of this syndrome through research and prevention programs. But this is still an uphill battle.
That's definitely the greater challenge, is for women that are the hardcore drinkers to stop drinking. It's challenging for them.
With 80% of the population of Daar unemployed, there is little hope for new jobs. In 2009, government promised to build a multi-million rand manganese smelter plant in the area, which was meant to be operational in 2010. However, this has still not happened. Residents doubt that Parliament's visit to the area this week will change their circumstances. Margaret Motibi, SABC News, Daar in the Northern Cape.
And like in many parts of the country, corruption and a lack of leadership is hampering service delivery in the Northern Cape. According to the Auditor General's report, irregular expenditure has doubled from 1.6 billion rand to 2.4 billion rand in the last financial year. Now, more than 9 million rand has been recorded as fruitless and wasteful expenditure. Earlier this year, a lack of service delivery in the province also led to violent protests that resulted in a 5-month school boycott.
The Northern Cape has a population of just over 1 million people, the lowest population in the country. It's the biggest province, but only 2% of the country's population live here. Because of the size of its population, Treasury allocates the smallest budget to the province. With unemployment sitting at 27.4%, people here rely mainly on government for employment and services. Like in many other parts of the country, there are service delivery challenges, which include the eradication of the bucket system, gravel roads, housing backlogs, and a crumbling healthcare system. And it seems like it's going to take a while before these problems are resolved.
If you talk about say over the short to medium term, the allocations that we are getting, it's not enough. But we will believe that the issue will be addressed over a period of time. Again, saying that the Northern Cape is actually getting a very small portion of the budget of the country.
This informal settlement has no basic services. When residents moved here in 1999, promises of housing, water and sanitation were made, but those promises are yet to be fulfilled.
We are sitting here with the problem of these shacks. We have a huge problem of toilets because sometimes the truck that empties our buckets does not come and we sit with those germs.
There is no water. The communal taps sometimes don't have water, and we need to go to other places to search for water.
Corruption has been identified as a major stumbling block to service delivery. Yolanda Buota, the former head of the Department of Social Services, is facing corruption charges. The ANC provincial chairperson, John Block, is also facing corruption charges.
I will be passing a motion in the House where I will be asking the House to instruct the acting Premier to make sure that she suspends John Block and Alvin Bottas based on the trifecta issue.
We are concerned about the matter of corruption, and I think it's something that we need to look seriously as a country on how to address it.
With little done to deal with corruption in the provincial government, disadvantaged communities remain on the receiving end. Margaret Mutibi, SABC News, Kimberley.
Let's take a break now. When we return, we speak to Rasiriti Tau, the House Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces. Stay tuned.